Good morning and welcome to the Productive Through Joy show with your host and your boy, Dr. Michael Datcher. The show airs each weekday morning, hella early AF at 4:45 a.m. and goes until 5 a.m. Then a different topic, same powerful show at 4:45 p.m. on FaceTime, Facebook's live streaming, Facebook Live. Of course, the 4:45 a.m. show airs here on YouTube's Michael Datcher channel. Today, we're talking about community and productivity. What is the connection between community and productivity? Um, as you may also be able to discern from the show's title, we're also interested in the ideal of using joy itself as a technology to move us towards our goals and objectives. As we know from 10th grade science, there's a scientific imperative behind the feeling of joy. Now, when the body's feeling joy for what's happening at a biochemical level, is that the body is flooding itself with endorphins, and those endorphins can give us a sense of euphoria that we can then leverage to move ourselves towards our goals and objectives. We encourage everyone on the show to start their own business that they may be able to eventually fund their passion project, be able to fund and live in abundance like a boss. The show is aimed at entrepreneurs, those who have their own business, and those who simply want to live like in abundance like a boss. Again, today we're talking about community and productivity. What is the tie between those two particular concepts? For those who are new to the show, we speak to groups, organizations, and universities about being productive through joy. We also offer live one-on-one productive through joy consulting. You can go to productivethroughjoy.com and see about our services. You can also go to michaeldatcher.com. There's a link to that important information as well. If you're enjoying the show thus far, please please swipe left or right across your device to invite people to join the conversation. You can also, of course, reach out through your social media networks by simply posting this video once you see it, if you are so inclined. All right. Also, definitely become a subscriber to Michael Datcher's YouTube channel for free and get all of these particular videos at your disposal. All right. So again, today we're talking about productivity and community, and what is the tie between those two topics. For those who are new, let me say a few words about myself. First, this is your host and your boy, Dr. Michael Datcher. Again, I am the author of the New York Times bestseller, Raising Fences, which was a Today Show Book of the Month pick. That book's film rights were optioned by the actor Will Smith, whose people called my people, and I eventually agreed to write the screenplay for that particular project. I'm also the author of the acclaimed historical novel Americus, which is set 13 miles from Ferguson, where, of course, Michael Brown was murdered in the conflagration that happened there as well. I'm also the founding editor of the International Journal of Literary Nonfiction called The Truth About the Fact, and the former executive director of the World Stage Literary and Jazz Venue here here in California. My educational background is UC Berkeley as an undergraduate. My master's is from UCLA, and my PhD in English literature is from the University of California at Riverside. I'm currently a professor of English Lit at Loyola Marymount University here in Los Angeles. I'm an expert at being productive. Right? I don't say that to brag, but people are oftentimes surprised at my level of productivity, given how crazy my own personal narrative is. I am the product of a young girl who was raped at 16, gave birth to me at 17, and subsequently gave me up for adoption as a single to a single divorcee who was amazing. Yet at the time, no biological father, no adopted father. Listen, difficult times for the young MD. Yet, as Cool Mo D famously said, "How you like me now? Huh? How you like me now?" And if I can be this productive through joy, how you like me now? So can many of you, so can those who are watching this show. In fact, that in many ways inspires our business, inspires our show as well, because we know what it's like to come through hardship. We know what it's like to emerge out of that space. And for people like us, we have a great excuse as to not ball, a great excuse not to, be highly successful, because we come from these difficult backgrounds. But I'm here to say and show and demonstrate that once people like us can come out of that, emerge from that difficulty and have great success, it inspires people around us. It inspires those in our family. It inspires those who have also been through hardship to know they can do it as well. So when just by doing just by doing us, just by doing we actually help the people around us who watch what we do when we do what we do. All right. Let's get it going. So today we're talking about community, the we, and productivity. In the morning show, we like to also, let me again say, if you're enjoying the show, please become a subscriber on YouTube's Michael Datcher channel. Definitely, also, it's free. Also, definitely go to productivethroughjoy.com. Have me come out and speak to your group, organization, or school. We have a very powerful live program. In the morning show, we like to also speak about the importance of framing your day before your day has a chance to frame you, because you know it will. What does that mean? Well, at times we wake up with trouble on our mind, which I've done quite a bit if you listen to the show, if you know the show, of late, just going through it, I feel like rapping today. I'm in a rapping mode, MCMD. MCMD on the microphone. We wake up with these issues on our mind, and they follow us on our mind, and they follow us throughout our day, and we find ourselves contemplating them. And that contemplation, which is good, usually can be very negative, because it also it tethers stress to us. It comes with a package of stress. And as we know from modern science, stress is a killer. When you leave stress unchecked, it doesn't leave you unchecked. It actually takes years off your life, creates hypertension, creates all manner of health disease. You want to keep the body tempo healthy so you can do what needs to be done. Because we live, we argue, in a spiritual world, but we definitely are in a physical universe as well. So you want to keep the body, the physical aspect of you, tight so it can do what needs to be done, all right? And so we talk about framing your day in the context of ritual. Ritual can be defined as essentially doing the same thing at around the same time. It's best seen through example. Let me share my morning ritual as just a brief exemplar, of this briefly of this notion. So in the mornings I wake up at 3:45 a.m. I read a couple books, spiritual or business books. I do our show now at 4:45 a.m. here on YouTube's Michael Datcher channel. At 5, I work on my current novel until sunrise, which is about 6 o'clock here, a little after now, in Los Angeles. And then I go to the beach. I live along here at the coast of Venice Beach, California. I go to the beach, I bring my drum, meditate, pray, do yoga. It's very powerful early in the morning. The beach is still, dawn is breaking, so it's just, there's no one out there but me and the dolphins kicking it. Then I come back and work on my book a while longer, then go back to the beach, run up the coast all the way past Santa Monica's Pier, all the way back to Venice to go to my gym here, Go's Gym, to get my workout and my buff on. So guys, by 9:30, I'm feeling amazing. My body's feeling flush, feeling strong, powerful, and dynamic, and I leverage there's the endorphin release that's tied to that feeling. I use that to move towards my own goals and objectives, which involve, of course, consulting, real estate, publishing, and public speaking. And so we're not saying do what I do, we're saying do what you do you, and let us support you doing you. We help people kind of create their own morning ritual. It's not stuck in stone. It's a malleable thing. It switches, it changes. Mine has evolved greatly. As a brief sidebar, when I first began to meditate, I couldn't get beyond literally 5 minutes for over a year. I just couldn't. My mind was like, my mind is mercurial, so it was hard to still my mind, or I would just fall asleep because I was getting up so early in the morning, as I still do. But my body hadn't adjusted to this system, and so the first year was, I don't want to say it was a wash, but I was nodding and sleeping and not being focused. But I had to go through that process just to get to where I am now. Maybe you can just jump into your ritual right away and be able to do it in 2 weeks and have it down. That wasn't my story. It's still a challenge getting up so early at 3:45 in the morning. Again, we're not saying do that. We're just saying we work with people to find a way that they can do something for themselves that can really work for them. Anyway, so I'm reading 2 great books now as a part of my morning reading. I'm reading a book called The Nag Hammadi Reader, which is a book of Gnostic scriptures, ancient knowledge from Egypt, early Israel, early Africa, early Northern Africa, that region of the world. Really powerful. I'm also reading Own the Moment, a book which is just what it sounds like, about owning the moment, by a cat named Carl Lance, who's a minister in New York City. So from those two books, I extract some wisdom, which I call the morning chant. Today's morning chant is, as a meditating natural mystic, I love God by loving and co-creating community, and co-creating abundance for my community. As a meditating natural mystic, I love God by loving and co-creating abundance for my community. So I contemplate that idea throughout the day. I place it on my phone. I look at it as I go through my day. Really contemplate that idea, but also and I also create the morning and afternoon show based upon that concept. So today we're talking about community and productivity. Again, if you're enjoying the show, please swipe left or right across your device. Invite people to join the conversation. Also, go to michaeldatcher.com, become which you can then go and get to my YouTube videos. Go to YouTube's Michael Datcher channel, become a subscriber, and share this information with folks who you know in your circle. All right. So today we're talking once again about community and productivity. Let's dive into the show. Point one is that you want to figure out your community, like your tribe. What is your tribe? It's important. Many of us have several tribes, as I have several tribes. I have my tribe of poets. I'm a poet. I have my tribe of black people. I'm black. I have my tribe of professors. I'm a professor. You know, I mean, at times my tribes. I have my family tribe. Me and my kids. My girl. I have various tribes, right? And so for each of those tribes, for that community, at times they intersect, at times they don't intersect. But whatever the case, I really have a sense of me being a part of something larger. So point one is that you have to figure out what your community is. Point two, you want to then figure out, how do I love my community? And we like to say that love is a verb, an action word. How do I put action behind my love for my community, my family, my friends, my in my case, my artist community, which goes right into point three. Once you can identify the ways in which you can make love a verb for your community, you want to do it. You want to find a way to keep yourself accountable, have people in that community to keep you accountable. My daughter just texted me yesterday saying, Dad, okay, I have a list of things, goals, and objectives for this upcoming year. I encourage you to do the same thing, and let's keep each other accountable. That's my daughter telling me, Dad, we need to be accountable to each other, you know, which I appreciate, which is also a part of part three. As you begin to be in community and give, it eventually comes back to you. So now my daughter, who's 20, is telling me, hey, Dad, we need to get a list of our objectives for our goals for this upcoming year. We're slipping, and we need to keep each other accountable. And I was like, girl, you're right. Let's do it. So the benefits of community are that you give, and it leavens the community, but also because you are a part of that community, you're also leavened. And that's the last point. As you give, you also receive, because you're a part of a cyclic process of giving and supporting. That's very, very powerful, guys. And boom, goes the dynamite. That's it for today's show. We air each weekday morning, hella early AF, here at 4:45 a.m. on YouTube's Michael Datcher channel. And then different topics, same powerful show at 4:45 p.m. On Facebook Live. You can please become a subscriber to YouTube's Michael Datcher channel. Definitely have me come out. You can go to productivethroughjoy.com, see about us. Have me come out, speak to your organization, school, group. We have a live public programming presentation. Thanks for being here. We'll see you this afternoon at 4:45 p.m. Until then, let's talk about it and be about it. Deuces.